Welcome to this Yin Yoga class for pelvic floor relaxation. This class is suitable for all genders and it can be very good to do if you have a condition that includes pelvic pain or vaginismus, and also useful for those who are working to strengthen their pelvic floor and those that have pelvic organ prolapse. Just remember to listen to your body as you practice. We're going to need some props for this class, so some bolsters and blankets are very useful. If you don't have bolsters, you can also roll up a quilt and put it in a pillowcase. That's a very useful alternative. Or you can use cushions, pillows, blankets and towels in order to create the support that you need. We're starting today with the caterpillar pose. Now, the caterpillar is a pose where we relax into a forward fold. So the focus is on the stretching of the hamstrings on the back side of the legs. Now, if you have very tight hamstrings and you have trouble when you sit with your pelvis tucking under, then you will need to place a blanket underneath your backside before you start. So place the blanket under your backside and allow your pelvis to kind of roll forward just a little bit so that it's tilted into a neutral position. Then we're going to bring the focus to the legs. So if you already feel a lot of tension on the back sides of your legs and you're moving away from the edge, so the edge is not a place of pain, it's just a place of tension, a little bit of discomfort, but no pain. If you feel like this is painful, then you can take a second blanket or a towel of some description, and you can place that behind the knees, and this prevents too much stretching. We're going to fold forward in this position. So first thing to do is just let your feet be soft. You're not going to hold your feet. You're not trying to hold yourself into the position. This is a position in which we will just surrender. So allowing yourself to come to the position, you're going to allow yourself to fold forward. Now, as you fold forward, if you feel that the tension is too much in the back of the legs and maybe you're moving into a place of pain, this is where a bolster can be very convenient, because you can actually just rest on the bolster and this prevents you from moving too far in. So allow yourself to take whatever props you need, let your feet fall in or out, whichever way they're going to go, and you're going to begin by just letting yourself relax forward. Now we're going to be in this position for 2 minutes, so just allow yourself to release your head, relax everything down, be really soft, and begin the process of letting go. So as you let yourself release into this position, notice how it feels on the backs of your legs. I want you to try to surrender any tension that you feel there. So imagine that each of the little muscle fibers on the back of your legs and all of the connective tissue on the backs of your legs wants to relax a little. It wants to soften and lengthen. So invite softness and length into your muscles, into your connective tissues. Notice your breath. So your breathing should be quite relaxed. Notice how it feels through the spine. So in this position, we're just letting go. And if you let go a little too far and you start to feel some pain, you can allow yourself to come back up a little and take a little support. Otherwise, just keep being soft. Make sure that you release the weight of your head. Just releasing the weight of the chest. And notice what the body does as you surrender. You may feel a lengthening through the spine as it slowly releases. You may feel the tension in the backs of your legs.
Just observe what you feel, and then begin to take the first of 3 long, deep breaths, inhaling deeply and exhaling fully. Each inhalation and exhalation allows you to release a little deeper, and then bring some movement into your hands. Using your hands very gently, you're going to try to come slowly out of this position. So walking the hands up, slowly allowing the hamstrings to return to the less stretched position. So we're not in a hurry. We are taking our sweet time. Then bring your hand behind the left knee and the right knee. We're just going to move the blankets out of the way and do a little windscreen wiper of the legs from one side to the other. Little gluteal massage, free butt massage, nice to get. And then preparing for the next position. So once more, we are going with a position where we will forward fold. And this time we're going into a butterfly position. So with the butterfly, we allow our legs to take a diamond shape. Your feet can touch. You can allow the legs to open out. Now in this position, you're going to get quite a stretch along the adductors on the insides of the legs. Now again, you need to make sure that you're not tucking in the pelvis. So you may need to place a blanket behind your backside and allow yourself to sit up and then gently roll off the blanket, and that should neutralize your pelvis. You can, if you wish, use a bolster so that you don't have to fold forward as far, but this is completely up to you. Another option is to put a bolster between the legs and have the feet touching the bolster. And you can see, if you look at the bolster, you can see how long this diamond shape is. So my feet are quite far away from my legs. I'm not pulling them all the way close. What you really want is for them to be a little further away. And then as you fold forward, you're really going to feel a release of tension. So I'm going to use the bolster for this. Now you can also, if this feels a little bit much, you can put blankets in here to give support, or you can use a block under each leg, and that will stop the legs from opening a little bit too much if you lack range of motion. So take your time. Find the version of this pose that is right for you. You can also have, if you want, a little blanket here so that you have something additional to rest onto. So take what is right for you. I'm going to fold forward just directly into this position, and we're going to be in this position also for 2 minutes. So begin to allow yourself to release into this pose. And as you begin the release, I want you to notice how it feels around your shoulders. Try to be soft. Notice how it feels in the legs. If you need to take any support or make any small adjustment, just go ahead and do that. Notice how it feels on the insides of your legs. Invite a gentle relaxation from the tips of your toes, up through your legs, past your hips, up through your spine, out through your arms and through to the top of your head. Inviting softness. Try to release the shoulders. Allow the legs to just do what they will. Notice if you're gripping somewhere. And if you are, try to let go of the gripping or take a little support. The more you can relax in this position, the more your connective tissues are going to release and let go. Notice how it feels in your pelvic floor. Visualize lengthening. Visualize release. And then begin to take the first of 3 long, deep breaths. Each exhalation allows you to relax a little deeper. And then bring some movement into your hands. And once more, we're going to ease out of this, using the strength of the arms to take the body up, noticing how it feels in your legs as they return to the more relaxed position. Moving props out of the way, gently bringing the legs together. And we're just going to do a little pitter-patter. And you can wiggle the legs a little, just allow them to release. We're then going to move into our next position, which is going to be a half straddle. So with the straddle, we will take our legs wide. Now, that can mean different things to different people. So maybe your straddle is here, or maybe your straddle is really wide. But notice how it feels. We are going to be doing one side at a time. If you have a lot of tension on the adductors on the inside of the legs, you may feel this quite a lot. Primarily, we want to make sure again that we're not tucking the pelvis. So you can start taking a blanket behind the backside. Allow yourself to sit up onto the blanket, and you can roll the hips a little forward, and that will allow the pelvis to come back into the neutral position. If having the legs straight produces a lot of tension in the hamstrings, then you can, of course, put a little blanket underneath the knee of the outstretched leg. So we're going to come to a straddle, and then we're going to take one leg in, so you can hug the knee and then open the leg and allow that leg to relax down. Now, if you have a little blanket under your backside, it is a little bit easier for you to put your leg like this. As always, we do have the option of placing a bolster so that we have something to rest forward onto, or you can have the bolster in the center so that you rest your body forward onto the bolster, or you can even do it without having anything underneath the leg or underneath the body for support. We're going to allow ourselves to fold forward, and we're going to do 1 minute on each side with this. Now, you can do longer. You can do 3 to 5 minutes in every yin pose, but we're just going to do 1. Let the foot do its thing. Let it be soft, and begin the process of letting go. And as you start to let go, notice how it feels on the hip on the right side. So that is the side where you have your bent leg. Invite some softness through that hip. Let your belly hang. Notice how it feels on the inside of your left leg, your adductors. Don't allow yourself to move into a place of pain. Try to surrender the rib cage. As you forward fold, everything wants to go towards the floor. Just notice what shows up in your body. Notice how it feels on the back side of your left leg. We are just approaching 1 minute, so taking the first of 3 long, deep breaths. Each inhalation and exhalation brings you closer to a complete letting go. And then bring some energy back into your fingers, Placing the hands on the floor and very slowly walking yourself up. We're going to change to the opposite side. So bring the hands underneath the knee of the outstretched leg. Take it all the way in and bring it in to the center. You can release the opposite leg. So in this case, I've bent the left leg. I'm releasing the right leg. Let the foot do its thing. Use whatever props you need to. Once more, we will go into this position for 1 minute. So allowing yourself to fold over the right leg. And as you do this, notice how it feels in the left hip. Notice how it feels on the back of that right leg. Try to surrender your body. Notice how the body changes when you allow yourself to relax. But listen to your body. Don't allow yourself to move into a position of pain. Just imagine that everything is releasing and relaxing. And when you meet the tension, invite yourself to a deeper relaxation. And then starting to take the first of 3 long, deep breaths. These breaths are an invitation for your body to let go. And after your third exhalation, bring energy back into your hands and very slowly come back out of the position, mindfully and carefully taking yourself back up. You can bring that leg in. And we're just going to do a little happy baby as our counter pose. So laying back and reaching around to grab the feet and just allow yourself to relax, allowing the pelvis to come close to the floor. A nice and gentle, happy baby. Then hug the knees and take yourself back up to a seated position. And thank yourself for having taken this opportunity to practice.